Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Kenya-Marekani. I'm here, Federal, and as you know, if I meet a story that is very interesting, I normally like to highlight that story. And today is very interesting because I've met one doctor, Kenyan doctor, all the way from, is it Spokane?
Yeah, Spokane.
Karibu sana ndani ya Kenya-Marekani.
Asante sana.
I appreciate the fact that I heard you are a professor, and I wanted to highlight your story just to educate our people and motivate them.
All right, thank you.
So kindly tell us your names, a little bit of your background, and then we can move on from there.
My name is Godfrey Kero. I'm from Thika, actually Goigwa Thika, Kenya.
Yeah.
And I went for my studies in Kenyatta University for my undergraduate and bachelor's. And then I went to South Africa for my PhD. And I graduated with a PhD in chemistry, synthetic inorganic chemistry, and nanochemistry.
Wow.
Yes.
Which year was this?
This was year 2016.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. And then how did you now hear about America, or rather move to America?
Well, my story is interesting. Actually, I had never dreamt of coming to America or going to America.
Yeah.
But in 2021, let me start from late 2020. I did an interview with, I was working with Kenyan-US. I was actually the Deputy Director Graduate Studies. But I wanted to go to research, and I decided to join Murang'a University. So when I joined Murang'a University, I worked there for an year. After 6 months, I was made the head of department. Yeah. I became the acting chair of the department. But unfortunately, when I finishing 1 year down my career path, they did not confirm me after doing my probation. So they decided to release me. Okay. And I was left in the darkness. Where? So a friend of mine, Professor George Kiarie, yes, who is schooled with in South Africa, invited me to the US. And I came and I joined him. Wow. So when I came here, I went to Professor Jenga's class, and I started like any other Kenyan who come to America. Yes. I did all the kind of jobs, survival jobs, because I had a family to feed. You forgo your classes in Kenya and your status in Kenya, and start from scratch in America. Yes. I started there. Where? I did my 75. Yeah. I went and did my CNA. And then I met a lady by the name Carol Ruse. Yes, I know her. Carol Ruse guided me on how to do my resume. We did a very good resume with her. Yes. And I started applying for jobs. One thing I would want to tell my people is that when you apply for jobs, don't lose hope. Yes. So I kept on applying for jobs as I was doing the other type of jobs. I kept on applying. I applied. And I would say that finally I got a job with Whitworth University. I'm an assistant professor in chemistry there. Yeah. Actually, in that university, to be very sincere, we are only, the ones I know, the ones I meet, we are only 3 brats. Wow. 2 from Kenya, and now 1 from Ghana. One is in business, the other one is in health studies, and I in the School of Chemistry. But the fact that you have 2 Kenyans is quite a big thing. Yeah, it's quite encouraging. Yeah. Wow. So what I wanted to tell people is that don't lose hope. Yes. By the time I was doing my second application to Whitworth University, I had a week earlier, I had received their regret. They had advertised for adjunct professor, and I had applied. Yes. So a week before, I got a regret saying that I was not qualified. Where? They applied, they advertised for another job, I applied, and this time we applied and we got a job. We went for an interview. We went through the interview. Interview is not very easy here. It takes a whole month. Yeah, it's scrutiny after scrutiny. Yeah. So I went through the first interview, which one was Zoom, the first Zoom, the second Zoom, the third Zoom. And I had to go for a physical interview that took me 3 days. Actually, they paid for me my air ticket. They paid for a hotel. I stayed there. And I was interviewed for 3 weeks, for 3 days. Yeah. whereby I had even to teach my physical students. I had to do so many things, meeting. All the process was for 3 years. For 3 days, you can imagine. Doing interview today, you wake up, you sleep, and you wake up interview. But God is good. God is great. God answered my prayers, and I got a job as an assistant professor there. Wow. So I'm teaching chemistry. What I used to do in Kenya, that is what I'm doing in America.
There are so many people that say you have to forget exactly what you did in Kenya, but you had to do other jobs, but still picked what you used to do.
Yes. What happens is this, when our people come or foreigners come to America, they exactly don't know where to start.
Correct.
The very first thing, if you've done anything and you've qualified in other universities that are accredited in that country,
yes,
whatever you did there is acceptable in America.
Correct.
The only thing is that you have to equate your certificate with American system.
Yes.
So that is the first thing. So go to World Education Service, go to SPATRA, those bodies that equate transcripts. When the transcripts are translated and they're equated to America,
yes,
you're good to go.
Correct.
And then what you'll be doing, anytime you are doing, you ask for your transcripts, don't send anything. Just call the body, pay $100, and they send your transcript to the body that is asking for your application.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, wow. That's a very important piece of information.
Yes, yes.
Because we miss that, and people have even RNs in Kenya, but they get stuck here.
Yes.
Because they don't have that piece of information.
Yes.
Wow. So what will you encourage our people now moving forward, especially the newbies or even the old people who have been here 20 years, but they never grasped some information like you have just stated earlier?
We are always available. I tell our people,
yeah.
And if you have an art or you are educated,
yes,
I would advise them, if you have some kind of educational background and you don't want to go back to your career, you can frontier in that career. You look for a place where your career fits.
Yeah.
Take a day off. Let us not say that every time is hours. Masa. Chukua one day.
Yeah.
Like that is what I used to do. I had dedicated my Tuesdays and I was frontiering in different organizations.
Correct.
I would go and tell them I'd want to frontier. But by the time you're frontiering there, you're getting the skills.
Yeah.
And apart from getting the skills, these people are getting confidence with you. The moment these people get confidence with you, then to get a job will be very easy for you. Yes.
Wow.
But don't always think about money,
Yeah.
dollars. Frontier for about...
Our people, did you hear that?
I was frontiering for 3 hours every week.
Wow.
So that kind of frontiering, you just work with them, you're not expecting anything, but you're gaining skills. The thing is, like in Kenya, or in Africa, when you're doing our training, some of these instruments that we see or we run about, the ones that we have in Kenya, they are outdated. I will not say outdated. We have different fashions. So like when you come here and you want to use an instrument, I'd want to quote one like in chemistry that we call nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR. That one, the one maybe in Kenya, is a different fashion than the one that you have here.
Correct.
So when you come here and you frontier that, you'll be able to use... To learn how to use the new technology, which they absorb very fast.
Yes.
And then you'll be also in front line and you can also be able to get where you want to go.
Wow. Volunteering is very important.
Very important.
It's a culture, by the way, we've not learned in Kenya.
Yes,
to volunteer,
unanilipa
ngapi kwanza.
But
what are some of the challenges now teaching in America, considering your accent, considering you're black, considering you're minority? You know, there's a lot of things.
One, I will tell people that in the first place, these people will try and reject you. But you have to put your foot on the ground. They should know that you are the one who has the skill, you are the one who has information, and they need that information to pass. So like when I started, the very first days, there was a kind of rejection, but as somebody who has done pedagogy, you know how to go around it and then make friends with the ones that look very...
friendly.
You make them friendly. the biggest problem here is that there's something that we don't have in Kenya that we call homeschooling. So you may get that these students, they've never gone to a formal class. They've been schooled at home. So they don't know anybody else apart from their parents and the people that maybe are taking them through some few things. So now when they come to a classroom setting or a lecture setting, they maybe get it differently from the way they know it. And that is what gives the difference.
Wow.
Yes.
What advice can you give our men? Because we have a challenge with men. I don't know if it's just a stereotype that here in America it's women. The hierarchy is women, followed by children, then dogs and cats, pets, and then men, and then black man. But using that, there is inferiority complex through our men, and also that has affected their mental health. Most of them.
What I would advise them is that you yourself as an individual, you are the person who is supposed to give yourself value.
Oh my goodness.
You are the person who is supposed to give yourself value.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you allow them, you've allowed to be deemed. That will be it. But if you give yourself value, people will also start valuing you.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the most important thing.
That's amazing. I like it. Thank you so much for stopping by Mkenya Marekani. What is your final thoughts about life in America?
America is a good place.
Yes.
For people that are willing to work. But there is no staying idle in America. Yes.
How do you balance, by the way, the last one, how do you balance life, work, and just your own time?
Well, in America, we don't have a lot of social time. So most of the time we are working. And what you get used to getting lonely. But you get to go around it and you get used.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That was my time for today. We've had a very good time with Daktari. God bless you. And if you have, I think I'll leave maybe his email. If you want you have some questions, you can probably shoot your questions to him. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have a story, just let us know. Let's educate our people. Let's write our own stories. Let's not wait for somebody to write our story. They will write it their version. Let's write our own story, our own version. Keep it locked ndani ya Mkenya Marekani.